It's never gonna get printed out if there's a script. They're not gonna print it. Like it's not like they give it out to everyone to read.
There was
like,
an office memo.
Just
go do it, goddammit!
Just making up accents at this point.
Do it!
You heard him. Please.
You know what's better than? You know what's honestly the best thing? Pissing drunk outside.
Nothing better. Just staring up into the stars. You're like, like I'm having a great night. Like this is fun time.
Sometimes I prefer to pee outside than I do a bathroom.
Oh.
You think aliens are real?
Podcast. Buck. She loves Buck.
That's actually a great line.
That is a great line.
That Buck's gone.
You can talk a little MLB free agency too now because there's going to be a whole lot going on in the offseason. Yeah, it's
so if it happens.
Guy opened it up with, I'm going to talk to all 32 teams.
Everybody
all
has an opportunity to
yeah.
sign me.
I was like, oh man,
not
even though love this team. Like I would love to come back here.
Exactly. Like
usually you leave.
He didn't say like we have unfinished business.
No,
none of that.
Like, this year was special to me. This sounds like you're leaving, bud. Whoever gives him the fattest contract, he's going to show up and play
swear
ball.
to fucking God, if it's the goddamn Dodgers, I'm just not watching baseball.
Yeah, that would be insane. I saw Colin Cowherd, I believe, he was pitching it. He was like, MLB needs a dynasty. They haven't had a dynasty and whatever. But, like, they kind of did. The Astros were pretty much a dynasty for the last year. Yeah. But anyway, he was saying, like, they need all those stars, put them all on the team, make it a spectacle to where you're watching, you have road teams or road fans coming to see the Dodgers play their team because they want to see the Dodgers also.
Yeah.
So, like, that would make sense. But they kind of already have that now. So you add Juan Soto to that?
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
You're fucking crazy.
You already got Tommy Edman and shit.
And I guess it's possible with the Ohtani contract. He's making like a couple million a year for like 40 years. Like he did that on purpose. So
they want to go after the other Japanese pitcher too.
Sasaki, right?
Mets are interested in him. I hope we sweep him up.
I heard the Mets base offer to Soto is probably going to be $600 million.
Yeah, base. I love that.
Like it's going to.
I want Steve to be like, listen.
Yeah. 600 will be available for him if he wants it. So unless someone else can top that, which...
And then this is what I really want. As much as I love Pete, get him out.
I mean, if you sign Soto, it makes sense to get rid of Pete. Because, like, you're...
Why bring him on?
Yeah, you can definitely replace Alonso with, like, a very solid... Oh, yeah.
Teach him how to play first. Just stand there and catch it.
True, you have mad infielders coming up already, so Mauricio, right?
Ronnie's got an arm. We could probably teach him how to play third.
Third, second?
He could probably play anywhere.
Short?
Yeah.
Obviously not going to play short.
I would love to toss Lindor. I know it's never going to happen.
He used to play some third base, didn't he?
I don't
like
know.
Early on in his career, didn't he like get called up playing third, like because they already had a shortstop? Or I'm
not sure. I don't know, but I feel like he'd be a good third baseman.
Anybody that can play shortstop at a Gold Glove level can play third and second at a very good level.
That's right.
That's just how it goes.
And he's got an arm on him.
I mean, Gunnar Henderson was always a shortstop, and he played third when he got called up for that whole year because we still had Mateo playing Gold Glove defense there. So we had no third baseman.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, crazy. Like Jorge Mateo was stopping Gunnar Henderson from playing shortstop for the Orioles for a whole year.
That is kind of crazy.
Insane, absolutely insane. And they won 101 games.
Damn. Yeah. Then Georgie fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, he was actually a lot better this year than he was last year, I thought, and then he got hurt and was out for the season.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
None of that makes sense.
Yeah. Dude, April, Jorge Mateo is a different beast. In April, he is an animal. You can look the stats up. He goes crazy in April every year.
Just hyped for the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, this guy, he's going to be a fucking all-star this year. He's got 7 home runs, and then he finishes with 8.
And May comes, and he's like, oh, never mind.
Like, damn, Mateo's got 21 RBIs already? Damn. Then he finishes with 36. The whole season. I'm like, how did that happen?
Yeah, what the fuck just happened here?
How the hell did you fall off the cliff like that?
All right, folks.
Oh, we're live.
We've been live.
Love that.
Welcome back to the Pro Am Podcast. Just a couple amateur athletes talking pro sports. I'm Sam Cohen.
I'm RJ Tummillo.
And, Yankees lost.
Yankees lost. They did.
Man, oh man,
Dodgers are 2024 World Series champions. Kind of funny, honestly, too, because, like, everyone forgets that they won in 2020 because it was, like, a 50-game season.
Yeah, I forgot it was shortened.
And so, like, they won the World Series that year, but, like, did they really?
Fun fact.
That's a bubble championship.
That actually
that
is
one's
a bubble,
real bubble.
because
you
they didn't
cut
play
off
a whole
100
season.
baseball games out of the year, and then there's
like,
no,
yeah,
like, wear and tear from
they're like mid-season
a full season anymore. Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. You're, like, in the prime of your season
literally
when that happens. So,
Fun fact.
Dodgers get the dub.
Last 5 years, a guy named Will Smith has won an
saw
MLB World Series.
Fresh Prince. I think Will Smith, the actor, is going to sign with the O's next year.
He might as well. He might get a World Series.
Should. Honestly, somebody should do that.
Maybe the lucky thing is
give him
to
a
have
contract.
a Will Smith on your team.
Yeah, in any fashion. So
Doesn't
the
even matter
actor
who it
doesn't
is.
have to play. You can just go sign Will.
Just be like, hey, we have Will Smith.
You can always
Your
have him.
shoo-ins.
He'll smack Chris Rock if he has to. You go up against Tommy Pham. I'm sure he's not afraid to slap back.
Tommy Pham's definitely not
No.
afraid to slap back.
Yeah.
I love when him and Frank,
It'd be a good fight.
him and Frank had that combo. He's like, Frank,
yeah.
sometimes the truth hurts. And he goes, no, I respect it. He's like, I needed it to hurt. I needed
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
Tommy's like, I like you, Frank.
Yeah, Frank's a real fan. People could say he's not. I think he's a full-blown fan.
I love how
He's
he
a
sat
sports
there
fanatic.
with all the Yankees guys to watch those
Yeah.
streams, just
In
like
a-
in like old-timer jerseys.
He was wearing the for Halloween last night. He had Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars. He was in the full mask. He had a lightsaber and a cloak. He's sitting there just laughing at the Jets, like fumbling on the one. It was so funny.
That guy's a national treasure, let me tell
Yeah,
you.
he is for sure. Those streams are electric. I watched all those. All the Mets streams were great. The Yankee
Yeah,
streams I was hate watching.
If there was
Like,
if there was a
Watching
Subway
Marty Mush
series,
sad is my favorite thing in the world.
Tommy
I love a sad
Smokes.
mush, a sad smokes.
I love
it.
how they had Francesa in it.
Yeah, that shit was funny. Tommy Smokes is like the guy that interfered with Mookie Betts. He should get a ring. And Francesa goes, "A ring? Are you out of your mind?" They're going back and forth like a radio call.
That
It
was
so good.
ridiculous, though.
That was insane. One of the craziest things I've seen in a baseball game in my life. Because like, it's not like he just tried to knock the ball out. He had him, and his friend grabbed his wrist, and they're actively trying to open his glove, and then got it out and threw it out. Like, it took like 7 seconds for that interaction to
I love
stop.
how you see the ump, too. He's running, he's like...
yeah, it's insane.
And then security immediately just like...
What are your thoughts on that? Do you think because they got kicked out? I think I agree with that. You got to kick them out for going.
You can't stay in the game.
You can't.
for that. I mean,
And then they also banned them from going to the next game.
that also makes sense. Like, I don't...
I agree.
How could you let those guys back in the stadium?
Yeah, I don't know if it should be like a lifelong ban, but I think the end of this, like for this year, you're done. Like,
Yeah, no,
like,
there's no way you're welcome back. I
People
mean,
are gonna notice your face now. Like
There's-
you're gonna be on TV.
Yeah.
That guy also said he has had those seats for like 15 years or some shit. So like they're always gonna be in that spot. So you're gonna get talked about when you're there. So they're probably like, let's just get this out of here for now and come back next year. Try
in the
again.
interview, he's like, actually, he was supposed to be in the 2-hole. I was in the 3-hole.
Yeah.
We switched.
Yeah.
I was like, what does that even fucking
That
mean?
shit was funny.
I think that was the right decision.
I agree.
I get from a fan's perspective how, like, let's go, that guy pumped you up.
Yeah.
But, like,
I
that's
can
just one.
respect it.
That's one fan base. Like, from, like, a regular outsider's perspective, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you an idiot
Like,
or
come
an
on.
idiot?
Like act like you've been there before.
Exactly. Like,
No.
come on. They
Like,
haven't
this
had
is the playoffs, brother. Like, come on. This is the World Series. You're on national television.
They hadn't been there in 15 years, so they
Yeah.
clearly didn't know how to
True.
act. And the power of
I
social
mean-
media evolved quickly.
Definitely. And then obviously that happens, and then it starts bringing back clips of fucking Jeffrey Mayer in the 1998 versus the Orioles, where he reaches over and turns the Jeter double off the wall into a home run.
Bullshit.
I don't know if he would have caught that or not, but
Would have stayed in.
either way, it wasn't a home run. Jeter's on fucking national TV like, well, you can say what you want, but they called it a home run, so it's a home run. Like, fuck you. And fuck Jeffrey Mayer. I hate that
Yeah, as
kid.
asshole as that statement is, it's fucking accurate, but
That
fuck
kid
you.
plays college baseball now, apparently. I saw a tweet. This was my favorite thing I've ever seen on Twitter. He plays college baseball. There was some kid playing against him that was a diehard Orioles fan. Drilled him in the back first pitch.
For that?
For that.
Love it.
Drilled him in the back. I love it. Never forget. Don't let that
For
kid,
98!
Don't let that kid have any baseball success. None. If he
That's
makes it to the
actually
majors,
fantastic.
I expect one to the back first game he plays the O's if he ever makes it there.
That's actually fantastic.
And he should be okay with taking that because he altered history for sure.
Yeah, that was fucked.
Unreal.
The Moises Alou.
Yeah, that was a wild one too.
Even though that's very heavily debated on both
Very.
sides. And, I mean, that poor fucking guy.
What a name.
No, the other guy.
Who's the other guy?
The Steve. Is his name Steve?
I don't know.
The guy who
name.
did it. The Cubs guy. I want to say his
I'm
name
not
was
sure if I
Steve.
know.
You know, that's the thing. The guy who fucking, the guy with the headphones on and shit that sat there and cowered. Cubs foul ball. That's all you have to look up
I need
for
a
this.
refresher of this
Steve
moment.
Bartman. I was right.
Oh, yeah.
Steve
Okay.
Bartman.
I know the name you're talking
This
about.
guy.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a classic fan interference call here.
Poor guy. That poor guy got destroyed. And that was before, like, social media was big. Imagine if you did that shit now.
Yeah.
Holy, feel bad for that guy.
It's crazy that just in typical Yankee fashion, like, this guy does that, and he's just, in Barstool's office the
Revered.
next day getting interviewed, and, they're writing articles about him in the New York Post.
What if it was a Dodger fan?
Yeah, it probably would have been a whole different story.
Right?
Probably.
Would have been like, what the fuck? This guy's ruining
Be like,
baseball.
this guy just fucking ruined the Yankees' 28th World Series. Like, we should have 28 rings. Like, this guy, like, was the only reason the Dodgers won. Like, some shit like that.
Even though, I mean, they literally just got their ass handed to them. Talk about a terrible fielding display, too, in that fifth inning. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to, I know this footage never went out, but what we talked about last week, where I said the Yankees' defensive issues are going to come back to bite them at some point.
say that.
I said that. I said
And
that
man,
shit.
did it bite him in a
We
bad
got to
way.
find that clip and throw it up at some point. But, yeah, they absolutely just played Little League baseball for, like,
Oh,
that
it was
entire
bad.
inning.
It was tough to watch.
Judge dropping that ball. Honestly, I would say it was tough to watch, but it was actually one of the best things I've ever watched.
No, I mean,
But yeah, it's a tough watch if you're a fan, and it's a tough watch just in general to watch somebody crumble like that.
Damn, it's
on the
like that
biggest
was an
stage.
epic collapse.
Like the biggest collapse in a single inning I've ever seen. You got to feel bad for Garrett Cole. Like
he did
'cause
pitch his ass off.
he literally had a no-hitter going into that inning, and then left the inning with 0 earned runs, but the game was tied 5-5.
Yeah, that was
That's unbelievable.
Rizzo. I don't even know what Rizzo was even thinking, let alone doing.
I'm weird with this. I feel like Rizzo definitely could have tagged the bag. He was close enough to go do it himself. But in that situation, I feel like Garrett Cole also could have gotten to the bag. It would have been a tight one, but, like, you got to at least cover to give him the option. And if it looked kind of close, Rizzo could have then maybe gone over and tagged the bag. But I feel like in his head, he thought Cole would be there.
Already there.
So,
yeah.
like, he probably, you're taught to, like, anticipate what's going to happen next. When the ball comes right
Field the
at you,
ground.
you're
Let
like,
me
all
field
right,
this
my pitcher
clean.
is going to be covering first because this is a weird, he topped the ball a little bit, had some spin on it. So I feel like in his head, he thought Cole would be there. And then once he realized that he was nowhere near it, he probably had a mind fuck of, like, what do I do now? And just kind of froze.
A lot of mental mistakes.
Yeah. I do think he could have made more of an effort to the bag, though, after the fact.
I
when
feel like he
realized
looked
it,
up and
like-
saw he wasn't coming. And he was just like, all right, this
and then
is
he
done.
still had a little bit of time. It would have been a really close play, but like,
I mean, you gotta try.
Like maybe dive head first. And
You got to
tag it.
try.
Like, I've seen that.
You
happen.
can't not try.
Yeah.
It looked
I
like
agree.
he just looked up and was like,
I
oh.
was like, oh shit! Like
All right,
we're
well.
just making errors everywhere, then, huh?
Yeah.
Like
He's
we're
like,
all.
I
doing
guess
it?
it's not just me doing it.
Yeah,
So
I guess we're all doing it.
that's bad.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Judge really dropped like the the most routine fly ball I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
Like,
some MVP, huh?
I might have been able to snag that with my bare hand. Just the one.
I was tall when I was
Snag that like Garrett Wilson.
Two hands.
Yeah.
2 hands.
Give him a little alligator.
Close that thing up. Guess what, Fludge? You didn't do it.
Did not. Didn't do a whole lot. Historically bad postseason for Aaron Judge. Career, yeah.
He's terrible in the post. He had that home run, and that was it.
And then
Everybody thought he was back. Ooh, Judge is back. He hit
Yeah.
one home run. Ooh.
that was my favorite part about the whole collapse was that he hit that home run and everyone's like, oh, he's back.
And
then
Jazz
he
went deep after
yeah.
that, and they were like, we're winning everything.
And then he dropped the ball and they gave up 5 runs after that. It's just like
It all came to fruition.
right when the blame started to come off of his back a little
He
bit,
just put it right back
put
on.
all of it back on. Yeah.
Hey, the guy's the captain. He's probably the worst one since they've made captains, if we're being honest.
Aaron Boone's also an absolute bozo, and it's just so funny that every Yankees fan ever wants him gone.
And the Yankees are just
and
like, keep
they're
bringing
like,
him back.
Nah, like we're just gonna, we went to the World Series, but yeah, like you also have had a bad defensive team since he's been there. I feel like they never just do the little things right, and that starts with the head coach.
You're right. No, it
Or
does.
the manager, I should say.
Yeah. As Aiden Machado would say, he probably shouldn't have children at this point.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be a father.
All-time quote. Same with Nick Sirianni.
Nick Sirianni's a fucking shit show. He's a shit show. How about that Hail Mary?
Yeah, that was crazy. We can definitely talk about that.
That was sick.
I haven't seen anything like that in a long time. It was very Aaron Rodgers-esque of Jaden Daniels.
He's like, I'm gonna just let him. Go on ahead and let that Mac fly. What's good with? I feel like Eberflus
Bum.
It's got to go at some point.
Bum.
Even
I
though
hear a lot of Bears
Big
fans
Cat said
not
it,
loving
and
him.
he's right. I looked like they don't fire coaches in the middle of the season. He's like, that's just something we don't do.
I'm like,
You better do it.
yeah, I don't like firing a coach mid-season either, I guess, but it just happens all the time, and I feel like,
That loss was so in your face, though.
yeah,
First of all, before the Hail Mary,
the guy that's not playing any fucking defense.
not even that. How do you just give them free 15 yards with
yeah,
12
they
seconds
handled
left
that
on
whole
that,
last
that quick
drive
out route?
poorly. Yeah.
How do you not play the sideline?
Yeah.
You just make them beat you
It's
down
like
the middle.
they were playing the Hail Mary too early.
That's right. Make them beat you down the
not like
middle.
they're-
Clock runs. They have to burn a timeout. They may not even get the
Yeah.
pass off, and the clock took off 7 seconds. But instead, you let them have 3 seconds.
Right.
He went like this. Everybody was deep, and they're just like, oh, we'll get a couple more
Yeah,
yards.
it's like genius play calling out of the Commanders because
It is.
they're giving you the middle, but that's what they want you to do.
Exactly.
So,
Well, that's what they thought they were giving them in the middle, and they probably lined up, and they're like, wait a fucking second.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is everybody? Nobody's on the sidelines.
Right. Exactly.
And then, you have Stevenson, who was supposed to be on Noah Brown, and then
Just waving.
the
to
worst
fans
is the worst is the Bears fans pointing.
Yeah.
You see them, they're
They're like, the play's still happening. Like, go play defense.
turn around. He's like,
Yeah.
ball, I got it.
Yeah.
Literally forgot exactly what he was supposed to be doing, which was just taking care of the only guy. You were just supposed to stand in front of him. Just
Yeah.
stand in front of that guy.
Right.
The likelihood you guys get the ball is 50-50, but if you're in front of him, there's less of a chance. But
That ball just tips right into his hand. So if you're anywhere in the vicinity of where you need to be at the right time or
probably
paying
doesn't
any
catch it.
attention,
Yeah.
he's probably not catching that ball.
literally paying
Yeah.
any attention.
Just adding another body to that mix would have made that Hail Mary fall to the ground.
Instead, he talked shit, tried playing
That's what you
hero,
get.
tried playing hero ball, and
It's what
tipped
you
it to the one guy he was supposed to be covering, which is hilariously ironic.
It is ironic. So that's just how sports go sometimes. You do dumb shit, and the sports gods aren't going to let you just.
Celebrate too early.
Yeah, you can't celebrate prematurely. You can't fucking, I'm trying to think of other little weird things like that. Can't off the top of my head.
Should bring targeting back.
I agree. Sean
Knock-
Payton would love
Knock
that.
some sense into these people.
Sean Payton would love it. Make some extra
As
money
if bring
in his
targeting
pockets.
back like it was ever
Yeah.
legal.
I mean, they definitely did it more often back in the day, and they had killers on the field.
Yeah.
Ray Lewis literally murdered a man and then got away
Yeah.
with it, and then played football and became a Hall of Famer.
Marvin Harrison did that too, right?
I think he hit somebody with his car or something. It was like an accident, but
Sure.
I think he hit somebody.
Sure.
I don't know if I'm thinking of the right person. I
I'm
don't want to
6'5".
slander his name, but yeah. What else we got?
Giannis wants to leave.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day.
Nets.
Weird two choices there. I feel like the Heat are on the decline. I'm just like,
Fuck
nah,
the
I'm
Heat,
not
dude.
feeling
I
the
can't
Heat
stand
anymore.
the
I'm
Heat.
sick of them.
You're sick of them.
Yeah, I mean, you play them every fucking year.
They're so stupid. They're fucking annoying as shit, dude.
I'm not a big. I don't know. Just something about.
I don't think him and Jimmy would get along.
I think Jimmy could be moved at some point. I can see them replacing Jimmy with Giannis. Like that's their new star, and they build around Giannis.
Oh,
'Cause
Bam.
Still have Bam. Keep Bam.
Bam's good, but he's huge.
Yeah.
Tyler Hero's gonna have to be a
Big-ass
part of some
fucking
trade.
team.
Someone big's gonna have to leave that team for him to
Yeah.
go on it. I think the Nets have a better chance because they just have picks.
They
on
got
fucking
assets for
picks.
days, yeah. And they're playing pretty well right now, honestly.
They're not playing
Like,
bad at all.
they got Schroeder and Cam Thomas are playing very good basketball.
I love that
backcourt.
they're like, Cam Thomas, do whatever the fuck it is
Just
you
shoot.
want to do.
You're the shooter. You're the only one that can create any offense for
Just
us,
do it.
probably. So go ahead and create it. And he
and
does.
if they get a couple more pieces around him and he continues that play, they're gonna be dangerous.
Still love Cam Johnson. Is he healthy?
I'm not positive.
I feel like he hasn't been playing.
He is a
very much.
baller though. You love him.
Yeah, I'm a big money Cam guy.
because he's
UNC.
obviously
one of my
Tar Heel
favorite
Nation.
Tar Heels of all time, I'd say.
Really?
Yeah, he's definitely up there.
Kid's a worker.
Love Cam Johnson. I loved
Didn't his brother play for you guys too?
Puff Johnson.
Puff.
He only played for 2 years, I believe. He was like a redshirt, and then he got some pretty good minutes, and then he transferred to Virginia, or not Virginia, like Vanderbilt or VCU or something.
They named him Puff.
Puff. Before the Diddy allegations.
Puff.
Could have been at the party.
Puff and Cam.
Middle name Baby Oil.
That makes no sense.
Let me check if Cam Johnson's still on the Nets roster.
Parents must have been tripping when they named him.
Puff.
I'm sure he has a
real
different
name.
government name.
Maybe
yeah,
it's Peter.
maybe.
Maybe he was a heavyset kid. Called him Puffy.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here. Grasping at him.
He should be healthy. I'm pretty sure he is. Cam Johnson's averaging 27. It's pretty crazy.
What?
Yeah, he's averaging 27 points a game.
Damn.
I'll tell you what.
Tatum's averaging like 30.
Yeah, same with AD.
Bro, that comeback they almost made was
Yeah, that was wild. I
unreal.
can't believe they didn't finish it off. That was nuts. They're down like, what, 20?
24.
24, yeah, crazy.
And then Tatum was like, listen, we're the best team in the league for a reason. We're down and out, but we're coming back. And then
I mean, that's the thing with the way that the Celtics operate is their offense can create so many looks and so many threes that if you just hit them in one stretch, like, you're right back in the game. Like,
they're averaging 53s a game at a 43% clip.
yeah, so, like, say you're down 24, you just got to create eight three-point opportunities.
I guarantee six
know?
of them go in.
Yeah, and then
Literally.
you're down 6.
And now you got Pritchard balling.
Mm-hmm.
Pritchard
He
is
hooping.
fucking hooping. I don't even know. They came out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's definitely a hooper. Oregon Duck.
Because now you got, like, in the course of a night, Tatum could jack up 10 threes. Brown could jack up 10 threes.
Derek White could jack up 10 threes.
Pritchard could jack up 10 threes. Hauser can jack up 10
If you
threes.
really need
Fucking
to, Al
Porzingis could jack up 8 threes. Al could
Al
jack up
Horford.
5. Drew could jack up 4 or 5. Especially if they're in the corner, it's just going in.
If Drew's hitting threes, the Celtics don't lose.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
If Drew's
He's
scoring
like the
in
X
general,
factor
you're
of
done.
Scoring.
You're
yeah,
done.
Like if he's the one also putting up points, everyone else is going to get theirs usually. Like Drew Holiday is sometimes the guy that'll sacrifice the most on offense, I would say.
I love it.
Yeah, which he should. He's the best defender on the team, too.
By a million.
So it makes sense.
I love when they switch and put him on a big man, and then like somebody's like, "Oh, mismatch." I'm like, "Yeah, you thought."
And then all you
Watch
get
this.
stripped when you try to go up. with
Watch
it.
this.
Yeah.
He's oh man.
It's crazy how versatile he is on defense.
It's
Like,
just
he's, what, 6'4", 6'5"?
something like that. If you could have told me he was
Pretty
the
big
one that
point
was going to
guard, though.
replace Smart, I would have. Hey, Smart.
Yeah.
See you later,
I mean,
buddy.
they couldn't have. They didn't really even like they gained offense there, and then they got probably a better defender.
I would say.
I would say like Marcus Smart was
Don't get
the
me wrong,
defensive
though.
player of the year at the time when you
And he's a
traded him, but
dog.
like that's how you got to do it. Like he's not gonna be the defensive player of the year 2 times in a row as
Especially
a
as a
guard.
fucking
It's not gonna happen.
point guard.
As a 6-man, like that just doesn't happen. He had a great year, but like selling high like that is why Brad Stevens is a genius GM.
Yeah. Brownie got his first points.
Yes, he did. In
Put him on the
Cleveland.
board,
See the
yes.
the side by side of LeBron and his first buckets, pretty similar. Little step back J, a little bit different on Brownie's part, but
Took the net, rent home.
Yep. And then they got smacked by 20. It's usually how it goes on a LeBron milestone.
Cavs are kind of
day.
nice.
They are nice. 4-0, 5-0.
They have a really good balance of big men and guards.
I agree. Yeah, Jared Allen and Mobley, those two are great big men, and then you got Garland and Don Mitch.
If he was on my team, I'd call him Mobley Dick.
That's genius. When you think about that.
I'd come to games dressed as a whale. Mobley Dick.
I feel like they got some good depth as well, some good bench pieces that complement the rest of their team pretty well.
Yeah, and they got rid of JB Bickerstaff, who's always bickering with his staff.
Always
that was always
bickering
my
with his-
joke.
yeah.
He always bickers with his staff.
Always. How can you have a guy running your team knowing that he's just going to bicker with staff?
Yeah.
Always?
Now they have 5-star Kenny.
Can't do it.
Kenny Atkinson,
Oh, okay.
who I'm a big fan of.
Where is
Was a Nets coach, then was a long-time Warriors assistant. Loved being with Mr. Kerr.
Kenny Aggs? Is he the bald guy?
Nah.
Black guy?
Nah.
White?
Yep. Well, I mean,
I'm thinking of someone
you're
else.
running out of options.
Yeah. I'm thinking of someone completely different. I don't know why. Kenny Atkinson.
Kenny
Once I
Atkinson
see his face,
Looks like
I'll
the
recognize.
smoothest talker
Yeah.
in the NBA.
Oh, okay.
Kenny,
I've seen
there he
that, yeah.
is.
I know old Kenny.
Looks like a fucking mob
Just
boss.
just need to see him real quick.
He
Completely
coached,
not what I was envisioning in my head. I was like picturing more of like a, I don't even know.
David Blatt.
Yeah, yeah.
More of a David
That kind of vibe. That kind of, not him specifically, but that kind of vibe.
The Cavs coaches when LeBron first got there are so fucking weird.
He's had some strange coaches over the years.
I'm looking it up. Who's LeBron had as a coach? A lot of them.
Mike Brown was
I-
there at one point.
I think so. LeBron's
Before he went to the Lakers.
coaches.
I think he had Mike Brown on the Cavs originally.
Luke Walton, Ty Lue, David Blatt, Mike Brown,
Mike Brown, yep. Darvin Ham.
Brendan
Ham
Malone,
sandwich.
Eric Spoelstra, Frank Vogel, Darvin Ham, and Paul Silas.
Frank Vogel, he's not coaching anywhere right now, right?
Vogues?
Yeah, because he got fired from the Suns. They now have.
He serves as a
Budenholzer.
coaching consultant for the Dallas Mavericks.
Interesting.
So he probably just hangs out with Cuban.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's from the Wildwood area.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. You said
When he won the
before.
chip, he just went down there.
Yeah, that's some shit.
And
Flexing
then I
his
was
ring.
like, "You're from here? From here, big dog? Who do
Yeah,
you
I
know?
don't-
Who do you know here?"
I didn't mind Vogel as a coach for the Lakers. I mean, he won us a championship.
Yeah.
But
Some shit.
still counts.
You guys putting up
But good
banner
team.
number 2 this year?
Maybe.
The cuppy.
I think we might be putting up 18.
What 18? What?
Time up.
18
NBA shit,
wins.
baby.
18 wins.
Oh, they're looking good. I like. I mean, they lost a couple lately, but
I'm gonna have to replace this.
I like it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I might have to hang on to that one for a while.
I'm hanging on to it forever.
No, the C's are gonna probably be right back there for sure. I mean, I would love to see Lakers Celtics. If you're gonna
I'd
win
love
one,
to get that going again.
if you're gonna tie up the banner race again,
Let's do
why,
it.
why not
Do it
I mean,
against
it's what we
us.
did in 08, 09, like that range, like
And 10.
and 10. That's what I mean. Like we were playing all the time or getting close to it. So
Can we get Rondé Hollis Jefferson on the Lakers and then just name him Kobe Bryant and hopefully he just plays like him?
Rondé Hollis Jefferson is a boom. I don't like the hyphenated names. I feel like there's not many good ones. Hollis Jefferson, Kid Gilchrist, all washed.
I mean,
Who
MVP last year was literally a 2-namer. Should have been MVP. SGA.
That's true. Gilgeous Alexander is an exception.
And it's a fucking long one.
Yeah.
How do you spell
He's a stud.
Gilgeous?
Gil.
Let's see if you're right.
G.
Hold on. Gil. You're a good speller.
I am a pretty good speller. 100% in 5th grade. Actually, all through elementary school, 100% on every spelling
All right,
test.
go.
Gilge.
Yep.
Am I wrong?
No.
EA? No. US? OUS?
Yeah.
Gilgeous. Gilgeous Alexander.
Gilgeous.
And then Alexander is obviously ALEXAN.
It's just Xander.
Yeah. Just Xander.
Gilgeous Xander.
Gilgeous Xander.
His brother Hawk.
From the Real Bros of Silicon Valley. That's one of
up,
my
Hulk?
favorite shows of all time. I can quote that show.
I love
For
it.
hours.
The dude's
Zinni keeps
looking at
popping
him.
up.
He's like, "You got something to say, bro?"
He's like, yo, get your baby, dog. Yo, get your boy, dog. Is he looking at me? He's got a staring problem or something?
He's like,
Sup?
"Yo."
And he goes, what's up, little bud? He goes, I'll lock you in a hot car with the windows up. It's so good. And then season 3, he's like a 28-year-old man, even though like 3 years went by. And then they're at a wedding. He's like, remember what you said when I was a kid? Locking me in that hot car with the windows up? Never forgot that. He's like, the beef is back on. It's just so good.
He's probably like, "Oh, it's back."
And then he turns into Tony Hawk.
Somehow.
The next season, he ages even more rapidly and is like a 50-something-year-old man who is actually Tony Hawk.
And he's just Hawk.
That's in the movie.
He's Hawk playing the role of
Yeah.
Tony Hawk playing the role of Hawk.
And he's like, Bryce, you fucking suck at skating, bro.
Probably does a bunch of skate
Ugh.
tricks in his face.
Fantastic show. Shout out to Jimmy Tatro.
All right, let's get some NFL under our belt, then we'll
NFL.
head on out of here.
Watch that garbage Jets-Texans game
No.
last night.
No, I didn't. I really just didn't even want to.
Pretty bad game. It got a little bit interesting at one point. Garrett Wilson made arguably one of the best touchdown catches I've ever seen.
I should have saw it
It's pretty-
coming when
pretty
we were asked
crazy.
to go for $4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a shitter.
I thought about going.
If
I
I
almost
wasn't,
did.
I'm gonna be honest. If I wasn't in Wildwood, I would have been there.
Yeah, I almost did, and I was like,
Why not, dude?
I was like, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna spend a bunch of money on beer and parking. It's gonna end up being a $60 night that I don't feel like going to for a shitty game. No point.
All right.
But
You-
I could have. Would have been fun. I went to
That
a
was a
Jets-
real tale of two stories right there. You just said how shitty it was gonna be, and then you're like, "What?" It also could have been fun.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes just getting into the arena and being there—that's the whole experience, and it's just kind
Tom
of
Brady did, man, in the arena.
it's fun to sweat out a bet live too.
That's really the reason I'd go.
I would have
Not like a live parlay.
yeah,
Crumble in
nothing
front of your
better.
eyes.
I remember
Last live parlay you posted that you went to
last live parlay.
was
I
the O's
don't-
massacre.
I don't know the last one that I went to, but I remember just a memorable one. I was at a Sixers game. It was Sixers Spurs. I had Spurs.
Shout out Duncan.
Spurs plus whatever. It was like 14.5 or some shit because they weren't good. And I had somebody's over under. I forget who it was off the top of my head, but it
Jonte Porter.
no, went to the free throw line, no. I just had the under in the game. That's what it was, and Spurs plus whatever.
Tell me you missed both. You got the Nuggets.
He made one, to cash the spread and missed the second to cash the under.
Wow.
And I'm rooting for it in the section for like 3 or 4 minutes towards the end of the game. So everyone around me knew that I had that, and everyone's like rooting for it with me because like the Sixers were up big. So like, even Sixers fans were like rooting for him to make one and miss one. And when he misses it, the whole section went crazy. Yeah! Cashed a fat bet. It was like 2-something, I think. Off of, like,
that guy was probably like,
bet.
"Damn, bro, they really wanted me to miss that free throw."
Yeah. I also had Joel Embiid 35, and he had 34 points, and they took him out. And I was like, "Oh, this is done." Literally for no reason at all, they brought him in for one more possession. He came in and made 2 free throws.
You gotta
it
love
was
that.
like just one of those bets that they
Put me
the
in,
universe
put me
wanted
back
me to
in.
win.
Speaking of that, is that guy gonna fucking play?
I don't. Yeah, I would be so
Annoyed.
annoyed at that if I was a Sixers fan.
PG too.
Yeah, openly saying, "Yeah, I'll probably never play it back to back again," is not what you want to hear.
It's not what the front
From your
office wants to hear
superstar.
for ticket sales either.
Yeah, and then
Because as soon as he plays one day, no one's coming the next.
also Daryl Morey had an interview earlier when they signed Paul George. They're like, "Yeah, look, we're very aware of like the risk that we're taking signing Paul George, but like we're just banking on it working out." And like immediately just gets hurt. Like that worked out for you.
They never fucking learn that franchise, dude. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes somebody becomes available and
You
you're like,
bite
you
at
see
the
that
chance.
name and you're like, "Oh yeah, let me get him."
Yeah.
And you just forget the fact that he plays 40 games a season.
Yeah.
You're not gonna-
that's bad.
Put yourself in a good position to win when you're the 6th seed.
Yeah. Dude, Cardinals are fucking in first.
Yes, they are. Back to football.
4-4.
4-4. I love
What a
that.
shit show a
I
division,
mean,
dude.
They got there's a big game this weekend. It's Rams Seahawks, right?
Yeah.
I believe. So
And
that's
we play
divisional implications there.
The Bears.
The Bears, you can get that dub. You can get a dub
It's
for
going to be a
sure.
scrappy, tough dub, but we can get it.
Yeah, I think so.
You guys just going
Bears
for
do
the
have a
picks
decent
now? Going
defense.
for Travie?
Yeah, we're going for. I think we're going for Shador. That's what I think.
Who would you rather?
I want a quarterback. I'm sick and tired of watching football without a quarterback. I'd love it if for once we could just draft one and he turns into
Who about
a Lamar
Ward?
Jackson or a
Cam Ward.
fucking Patrick Mahomes. Cam Ward, I'll take too. I'd prefer Shador. I don't know why. I want all the Deion Sanders hype. I want all that.
I
want
get it.
I want Deion in
First
the
of all,
building.
put the Raiders on the map.
Exactly. I mean, they talk about it a lot too. Like Deion has hinted in interviews with people that like he wants Shador to go to Vegas. Like who wouldn't? Like
Yeah.
that facility's insane. Like
Yeah, no, I mean,
you know,
they should have the Super Bowl.
somebody's got to turn the franchise around. Tom Brady's now a 10% owner, so he's going to be making football decisions instead of Mark Davis sometimes, which is good. So like I'm sure he'll be in
What's
the
wrong
mix.
with Marky Mark?
Marky Mark's a clown. Like he's nothing like Al.
You're nothing like your
He
father.
really is. And Al was cutthroat. Like Al would go out and get the guy.
win,
he's
baby.
Like, you need a guy. Let's go get the guy, and you go get him. It's just we couldn't ever have the coach or the quarterback, or it was just. It's always one of those things. Like they were always.
Something's got to give.
Something's got to give. I don't know
think
how
it
I
will.
feel about Antonio Pierce anymore either. Like he's starting to like piss me off. Like, it's just the same shit every week. It's like, oh, we just gotta be better. Just gotta be better. No shit, we gotta be better. Like you need to fucking fire Luke Getsy. I don't know why the fuck they brought him in as an offensive coordinator when he can't call plays.
Yeah.
Like we had a interception on Mahomes, got the ball inside the 5 or inside the 10,
You score?
ran the ball 3 straight times, got stuffed, didn't even get any yards, and then missed a field goal. Or no, went for it on 4th down and just drew up some garbage play and didn't get it.
One of my biggest pet peeves in football is like when you get a big gain on 1st down and then you run right again immediately.
Yeah.
Throw the fucking ball,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying, dude. That's literally what the Raiders have not been able to figure out for years.
I can't
and
stand that.
I don't get it. It's
You
always
can run on 3rd and short.
and they also will do this too. They'll run on 1st down or they'll throw on 1st down and not get it, and then run on 2nd down and just get 2 yards and set up a 3rd and long. Why? Like you want to set up a 3rd and short at least every single 3rd down you have. You don't want to just be constantly putting yourself in 3rd and long situations. That's how you go 3 and out.
Exactly. And I'm not
And
a
then
big
that's how your
X's and O's
defense gets
guy.
tired. Like,
In football, I'm not a huge X's and O's guy, but like I just can't stand when like you get a big gain and then it's like, all right, let's try that again.
yeah.
And then it just
Like-
stop. And now you're
You got to
3rd
play
and
the
short,
game
and you have
within
to,
the game.
You have to like run a weird short pass play or run again.
which is expected by the defense or good coaches. Like, they're going to see that coming because they know how
Probably
to
what
coach.
they want to set you up for.
Exactly. So, like, you need to play the game within the game there where, like, you're like, okay, this coach probably is setting up this. Like, this is what their defense is giving me.
Clogging up
They're
the
probably
middle for a
expecting us to do
slant, or,
this.
like,
What's the opposite of that we
long.
can do? That's why Belichick was such a fucking genius. Because he would read a defense, figure out what they're giving them, expect what they are expecting, and then
do
give
the
the
opposite.
exact opposite.
Exactly.
And that's just how you win football games.
Like, I feel like if there was a second and short situation, linebackers, everyone's stuff in the middle. Slant passes, quick passes up the middle, out to the sidelines. Why not just fucking send somebody long real quick? They're probably playing man.
That's what old school Raiders football was, too. It's just the fucking fast-ass receiver, throw a streak down the field and throw it up and let him make a play. That's what Al Davis loved. He would always
Worst comes
go
to
get-
worst, right?
That's why they drafted Ruggs. 'cause
Now
they
it's
wanted
third
another
and
guy
short.
like that.
Now it's third and short. Now run the ball. Or
Yeah.
do a little slow. But, like, take a chance.
Also, when you have Alexander Madison and fucking Zamir White as your two running backs this year with a line that isn't opening up any holes, like, after 9 weeks, you can't just expect to run the game plan that you expected to have if it's not working. Like, just because that's the game plan you drew up, you have to adjust it. Like, we can't run the ball. We don't know how to.
So stop.
So stop doing it. Like, if you're not going to open up holes and the running backs aren't going to fucking fight for extra yardage, there's just no sense of it.
Yeah, I agree. And
But
I
at
think
the same time, you got to be, got to do both because you can't open up the passing game at all if you have no run game. And that's why they suck. It's a shame.
it's tough. It's tough. But
Tank for Shadur.
I was going to say, now's the time where you can just look to the draft.
Yep. It's
Move
usually
on.
usually how it goes for me. About mid-season through football, I'm ready for doing mock drafts.
No longer 11-7.
Nah. Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Whose jersey is that?
That is legend Denarius Moore,
All right, good.
not Devontae Adams. Nope. Fun fact about Denarius Moore, I remember, I'll never forget one game I was watching at like a restaurant in LBI with my dad, like early in the season. They're playing the Bills. Crazy fourth quarter comeback, threw a deep bomb to Denarius Moore for the win. Like, it was like 2007 or some shit. Raiders were trash, but sick-ass game. Called a Hail Mary. And then after that, I got the jersey, and then he was gone after like a year. So, and then I don't know if he ever
You tend
played.
to do that.
Yeah, pretty much. Every jersey I ever get, Devontae I got, gone.
That happened to me, though, so I can't even complain. I got a Watt jersey gone, D-Hop jersey gone.
Yeah.
And then I got a Kyler jersey, and they were like, all right, we're going to completely revamp our uniforms. I was like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's how it goes. I got Josh Jacobs, too, gone. Could use him right now.
Oh, boy.
If they had Josh Jacobs, this offense would be so different. Like, so
You
much
have
different.
a running back to rely on.
Exactly. We'd actually be able to, when you run on second down like you want to, he would get the first sometimes.
Yeah.
Not just get no yards instead of
No,
third and
totally.
long. Or at least get 4 or 5 and set you up for a third and short. And that changes everything.
Tell you what, though. Who's probably right now the worst team? You're going to say the Panthers, but I don't think it's the Panthers.
I think it's the Panthers.
I think it's the Giants.
Giants are pretty bad too. I think that they're. See, I want to say that I can't say their defense is good, but it's not bad. Like they
Dexter
have.
Lawrence is good.
They have their moments. Yeah, they have their moments where I'm like, oh, the Giants have a pretty good defense. But then there's times where they're getting run all over, and I'm like,
But
oh,
you can say the same about the Panthers. They played Andy Dalton one game, and he fucking, no offense,
yeah, of course.
lit the
Of-
Raiders
of
up.
fucking court, and then the guy looked like a schlub every second after that. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's just
That's how the
weird-
Giants' defense is. 1 week they're fucking locks.
Yeah, I agree. The Giants are definitely not great.
Isn't it crazy how we're gonna like looking back on it? It's gonna be like, hey, Daniel Jones started quarterback 6 years.
Yeah,
in
I
the
cannot
NFL.
believe he's had this long of a leash. They gave him that contract, and they kind of
They
fucked
fucked themselves.
Yeah,
They screwed themselves. Their GM should get fired too. He's pretty bad.
yeah, for sure. His son tried to save his job. Could have.
His son looks like his son looks literally his
Should hire
son
him.
looks like a better GM than he's like.
Yeah.
He said without
Draft Jaden
hesitation,
Daniels.
Jane Daniels.
Yeah, it's genius. I mean, you can go back on the pod. I was fucking calling for Jaden Daniels for the Raiders for weeks.
So they're
Like,
gonna trade.
I wanted to trade so bad. Antonio Pierce coached him at Arizona State before he transferred to LSU.
I forgot he was the quarterback at Arizona State where they like trashed him. Those guys probably feel stupid as shit.
Yeah, so
Salty.
here
ass
he is. I would
motherfuckers.
say he's the rookie of the year over Caleb. Looks like
Yeah.
the better option.
Even though
as
I
of
mean
right
in
now.
that
Caleb's
game,
looked good, too,
Caleb
but-
did bring them back into that game.
Yeah, he had a bad
Credit to
first
him.
3 quarters, but that fourth quarter, that's why he's a first round
The
pick.
game was also pretty.
First
bad as a
overall
whole.
pick.
Like, it
Yeah.
Really low scoring.
Terrible.
Should have hammered the under.
I agree. Should have hammered the under last night too.
Well,
I thought about it.
CJ Stroud, man. Maybe
Maybe
you're
we
right
overhyped
again.
them.
There's your theory.
Ohio State.
There's the.
Ohio State.
Maybe you're right.
Quarterbacks aren't that good.
Or it could be a sophomore year slump. But I mean, with the
Could
team
be.
he has,
I think the line they have is just stinky. I don't
They're
know though,
hurt.
but Mixon runs like wildfire.
he does,
Like,
and he gets
so
in.
I think they have a good run blocking offensive line, but they can't pass protect.
Yeah, where's Nico
Seems
Collins?
like he's a hamstring.
Is he?
I think, yeah.
Tank,
Nursing that.
Tank the Frank's #1.
Tank the Frank cooked last night. Had him in fantasy.
Yeah, I had him too. So did Garrett Wilson a while, so I had him fantasy put up a 30 ball.
I had Devontae put up 22.
I need you to win this week.
I will.
You're playing Train, right?
No, I'm playing Dean.
Doesn't matter when.
I'm gonna. I got 57 already.
I need Tito to beat Train. I need John to lose, and then I need to win, and I'm pretty sure I take first.
This is in is sliding around my gum like a fucking Yankee base runner. Just all over the place, not knowing where
Get
to
picked
go.
off and
Has no idea where to go.
slow as hell.
Just hasn't been there before.
That's
funny.
You got anything else?
How about Giancarlo Stanton just being the slowest man on earth, getting gunned out at home in that one game there? Why would they send him?
I can't even blame him.
Yeah, I honestly can't blame him. It's just,
Because he
Here's-
did. First of all, he did the right thing. He didn't look once.
and he carried their offense for the entirety of the playoffs.
I was gonna say he's the only guy, in my opinion,
showed
that
up.
earned his pinstripes this
yeah,
postseason.
I'll give Giancarlo Stanton his credit for a guy that I shit on a whole lot.
Me too.
He had
Slider away,
a
slider away,
hell
slider
of a
away, slider
postseason.
away.
Yeah. Which it seems like nobody fucking threw him any of those.
What you should be
That's
doing.
what I'm saying. Like I was the whole time watching. I'm like, why are you throwing him heaters in his wheelhouse? Why?
Stop challenging.
Why
the guy.
are we throwing breaking balls over the middle of the plate? Like, gotta go away from him. He's shown that that's the pitch he can hit. Why are we giving him
That he
pitches
loves
that
to
he can
swing
hit?
at.
Yeah,
The guy
doesn't make sense.
loves swinging at a breaking ball away.
Shit makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Whatever though. Dodgers get the dub. I can go to sleep happily knowing that the Yankees aren't World Series champions.
It made me happy, and it also pisses me off that the Dodgers are.
Yeah, because it's almost like kind of expected. Because
Pretty sure we said in the beginning of the year if they don't
Yeah.
win, it's a failure.
yeah, we definitely did say
Their
that.
whole
Remember
season's
that.
a failure.
I mean, when you spend that much money and you have all that star power, you gotta win. They did, so gotta tip the cap.
They didn't even have fucking Glass now.
I know.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If he was pitching, the Yankees would have got swept.
They had to have a bullpen game in the World Series. Like,
Yeah, that's
the fact
crazy.
that you had to do a bullpen game and did they win? I think they won that game.
No,
too.
they almost
Oh,
won.
that's the one they lost. Yeah,
They almost won.
yeah. Still, like it's
And
just
if the-
crazy.
I
like,
think the-
usually they have the depth to not have to do that.
The last pitcher, Honeywell, before going in, his ERA in the playoffs was 45.
Jesus Christ! And they had to bring him in because they didn't really have a choice.
Dave was like, "Yeah, we're laying down here,
yeah,
playing with house cards." I mean, he's also
kind of a smart move, I guess, because
he's a good
wanna,
manager.
you
And it
don't
annoys
wanna-
me to say too. He's a good manager.
Don't want to use all your resources in a game that you don't necessarily have to win.
It would have been
to set
funny
yourself
if
up better for the next one.
if they got 3-0'd because he was on the Red Sox when they 3-0'd the Yanks.
I just started that documentary before I came here.
good.
Yeah, it was hard for me to leave. That's why
Damn
I was
good.
That's why I was a little late.
I'm gonna have to come over after
Yeah.
watch that shit.
Dude, come on over.
I'm dead ass serious. I'll
You
watch it
absolutely
again.
can.
I
I
got
got
nothing
nothing
to do
else to do.
today. I'm down, bro.
Yeah, I'm definitely about that. It's a good one. I love Kevin Millar.
He's a fucking
Former
dude.
Oriole also.
He's just
I
a
like,
dude.
Yeah, he was like obviously not the best player on that team, but he was like the heart and soul of why that happened. Because like he showed up and changed the whole culture of like, all right, this curse thing is done.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna go out and win. I'm just gonna go rake some baseballs. I'm not gonna do much else.
Yeah, I'm
But I'm
definitely
gonna fire you up in the clubhouse.
I'm definitely coming to your house watching that, ripping NBA bets.
Book it. Book it. I got a lot in the balance. Had a nice little,
I got nothing in the balance,
little
but I am
11-legger opening night of NBA.
damn ready to open up.
Mm-hmm.
Damn ready to open up for business.
Open up
let me
the
tell you.
deposit center.
I'm telling you what, I might just post Celtics picks every night because I hit them every time.
Dude, we gotta
The ones I said, I was
give
like
people some winners. So
I was like-
do it.
Pritchard 15 plus, D White 15 plus, JB 25.
Yep.
all hit.
All locks.
And it was probably the first time ever I bet on Celtics spread and it didn't hit.
I've been pretty good with my Lakers props so far this year too. I'm trying to stay more like watching as many games I possibly can because it's
72 is
tough.
the goal for me.
72. That's solid. I'm gonna give myself a nice line of like 50 because
That's still
it's
a lot.
tough when it's fucking.
And it's the Lakers.
Sometimes they have some 10 o'clock games and I'm like I can't stay up for this if I have to be up at whatever.
Yeah, that's where the
5:30.
Celtics play it like 2 times. They either play at 8 or 7.
Yeah,
And it's like no in between.
I love a good 7 o'clock Lakers game on TNT. Give me that all day. but it doesn't happen often.
Well,
Especially if
it's
they're in
fucking
like
4 o'clock there.
maybe in Sacramento or they're in LA or they're in fucking San Antonio, and it's like, oh my god, gotta stay up until fucking 12:45 to watch this game and watch them lose.
Yeah, it's a lot of time actually.
I do really like what they're doing though so far. I like
They don't
JJ
look
Redick
bad
a
at
lot.
all.
Yeah,
And
they've lost a couple games as of late, but like I didn't think that they played poorly in those games.
What do you-
Cavs just looked really good.
you got a number on their win total?
I'm gonna go 53 wins.
I'm gonna go.
I'd be happy with anything between 50 and 55.
I think I'm gonna go 66 to 70.
I
I'd
can see
love a
that.
72 win season. That'd be cool as
Yeah,
fuck.
that
But
makes
I mean, I'm
sense.
also
Okay, for
I'm
the
also
season, you're
praying.
saying?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
also not the Lakers.
I was gonna say, I was like, damn, you got some high expectations for
not
us.
the Lakers.
I
I'm
was like,
sorry.
damn. Not that I don't think they can win that many games. I just, I know that they're gonna have to let LeBron relax for a few games here and there, and
He's not
you
gonna
want
wanna
to
either.
keep him healthy and ready to go. Same with
Brian's
AD.
got to get his.
Yeah, got to get Brownie his minutes. Got to make sure he's getting those 4 minutes a
Rui,
game.
Rui's got to get his.
Rui's been cooking. Rui's been a good starter for us this
What about
year.
Reaver?
Reaver's been good too. I like
Luke Reaver.
everything coming out of Austin Reeves so far. He's
You got to
looking like
nickname
he-
your guys.
You got AR-15. That's
AR-15.
his
I
nickname.
got nicknames for all Celtics.
Rui. Let's see, Rui. What can I call
Usually I
Rui?
go like I'd be like Rui,
Rui.
Hachimura, the
The
stunning
chimichurri.
tempura.
Yeah, Rui Hachimura dips in chimichurri. Chimichurri. Fuck. You know what I meant.
Anthony Davis.
I call him A Disney.
Hey, Disney. All right, that's a good one. Who else? do
That was
we
what I
have?
called him during the bubble.
Who else is on the team? Jackson Hayes still on the team?
Jackson Hayes is there, yeah. He's actually been better this year than
Max
Last year.
Christie, the not fat Chris Christie.
Max Christie. I think of a better one. Who else we got? Cam Reddish with a side of lettuce. He hasn't played
Top
a
5
fucking
players in
lick.
the league right now.
Top 5? All right. No order.
No order.
The Joker. Giannis, Luka, Tatum. Are we saying like just overall top 5 or like
Overall.
how this year started out?
Overall.
Okay. That 5 spot's tricky. Maybe SGA. Probably
I
throw
like that
SGA
5.
in there.
Yeah. I'd probably go Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford.
That makes sense.
No.
Honorable mention Peyton Pritchard.
JT, Luka, Giannis. Part of me wants to put Braun in there.
I almost said Braun as my 5. Like, I don't know.
Another
though.
part of me wants to put Curry in there.
After watching LeBron's every game so far this year, I don't think he's in the top 5 anymore. I think he obviously is still a fantastic superstar, and he's going to put up numbers, but I do think he has lost a very slight step. I saw it in a dunk the other day. He jumped. The ball was nowhere near over the cylinder like it used to be. He used to be way up there, and he fucking went up and left like this, and he's just like, his head's lined up with the rim, and I'm like, damn, like,
Bunnies are going
he's got long arms, but like we're seeing the end of LeBron. He's gonna play for probably 2 or 3 more years, but yeah, it's funny that I'm like rooting for. I don't want that anymore, but like in the past, like when he was like 32, I was like, I hope this is done in like 6 years. Like I can't wait for this to be over. Now he's still playing, but he's on my team now, so it's all right.
All right, you got to respect that. at
Yeah,
least.
gotta respect it. Brought a chip. Love another though. I do think Anthony Davis has a outside chance to win the MVP this season if he stayed healthy. I think he could be in the mix if he continues to play like this because
He is unstoppable.
they unlocked something in him to where now he is like actually the focal point of the offense. Like they're not just saying that he is, and then like LeBron's still getting his 20, 25, 30, whatever it is every night. Like AD is getting the ball and he's getting the looks early on.
Yep.
And they're letting him get hot, and then they're gonna keep feeding it to him until he's not hot anymore. Then LeBron can step in and start getting his buckets. But
'Cause LeBron's a surefire bucket. He'll get you a bucket.
He'll
when
go
you
get
need
you a
it.
bucket if he needs a bucket.
But if he can go get you a bucket and Anthony Davis is getting buckets,
while also facilitating to the rest of the team and creating open threes for Reeves
Getting
and
Bronny in
Rui.
there.
Yeah, gotta get Bronny in there.
I'm always gonna say that.
Gotta-
Gotta get Bronny his minutes.
Did you see the whole FaZe Clan was at the game, his opening game?
They were wearing like backwards Bronny jerseys
That
with
shit
do-rags
was
on.
so corny. I
That's
saw that.
classic.
And I was like,
Classic LA Laker Twitch stream
yeah,
TikTok
I
stuff.
was like, this is just a circus act.
Welcome to
out
LA.
here. It's a circus.
Showtime.
It's,
It's the Showtime Bronnies.
it's funny too because I'm like just.
I don't even hate on the kid.
I'm not an LA
Guy.
guy in terms of like liking the city. It's not that I've ever been there, but like I just don't like the
It is
vibe
really
of
cool,
LA.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, like like in terms of sports at least, like LA is similar to New York in my eyes.
I think LA is
in terms
faker
of-
than New York in terms of sports.
I mean, faker and yeah, but like in terms of like it's huge market. Like there's always
Always something going on.
storylines and narratives about every single thing. That
Always
everybody
something going
does.
on.
Yeah, like
You're right. It's New York and LA. It's
I
East
don't
Coast,
like-
West Coast.
I'm more of a Baltimore fucking, like I like that. Like we're just some fucking random small market.
Even though I mean,
like,
I'm
we're
not
gonna
gonna lie,
shock the world.
two
Like
two
that.
of your 4 teams are in major.
Yeah, I mean the Raiders
markets.
are Las Vegas. now,
Vegas is
so
just-
that's the thing too. Like I'm starting to hate that. Like it's not the fucking black hole anymore where everybody was showing up.
Now
and,
it's Celebrity
and being all
Row.
black. Now it's
Who's in
there's
Vegas
fans
this
of-
weekend?
Yeah, it's like a vacation spot for people to go see their favorite football team play, and they plan a trip in advance. The second they see that they're playing the Raiders in Vegas, and then half the tickets are away team.
Or if there's
Or
like
away
a good Thursday nighter, it's like all the rich people are buying that because they're just like, oh, let's go to Vegas for the weekend.
Right, exactly.
All the
which
celebrities
is
like,
just-
I want to go to Vegas.
It's annoying. I don't love that. But
I think you guys
if
need.
that translates into having a shit ton of money and spending it on the team, then sure.
Yeah,
But,
not the stadium.
They haven't done that yet. Yeah.
I think you guys need Ice Cube back.
Yeah, I'm a big Ice Cube guy. He's kind of like the spokesman of the Raiders.
You need him you need him like
Need him
almost
in
in
the mix.
office.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
You need some attitude.
I think we should have. This is how the offices should be set up: Tom Brady,
Ice Cube,
Ice Cube,
Ice
Mark Davis.
Ice Spice.
Actually, Mark Davis in the facility closet. And he's just in there, shoved in this little closet with his bowl cut.
Actually, no,
typing
just
away.
let him stay in his suite. Like that'll be his office.
Yeah.
His suite could just be his
Just
office
hang
for the
out
rest
out
of
there.
life.
He'll have-
Just sit in your seat, right on top of the 50-yard line, where he likes to sit. He's got the most specific fucking seat of all time.
Got to just let Tom Brady handle all the football business.
I love his seat in his suite though. Like you could tell that like it's like
Yeah.
white with the Raider symbol on it. It's like, all right, well that one's definitely Mark's.
That's Mark's. Yeah, nobody's sitting at.
And you look at it, it's like
Yeah.
perfectly in line with the 50-yard line, staring right at the bench.
Mark is something. I like. My vibe has changed on him a few times throughout the years. Like at first, I was like, "This guy's just a fucking dweeb. Like, what the hell is this guy? He doesn't know how to run a football team." And then he got the stadium going. He's got everything else going besides what's happening on the football field.
Yeah, the important
He
part.
almost there was parts of it where I can see that he's trying, but it just hasn't worked out. Like,
Yeah.
Antonio Brown fucked us. Devontae Adams kind of fucked us. Like Chandler Jones fucked us.
Yeah, Dad.
Like, we had a
Man, I
whole-
forgot you had Chan Man.
Yeah, just a whole bunch of lunatics that we signed, like all blowing it up. So,
Gruden really wanted
Gruden,
AD.
that's a whole nother situation. And Ruggs kills somebody. Like fuck, like how are we supposed to build a team here? Like it's hard to rebuild a squad when every single good player you have turns into a lunatic or a murderer or a racist in terms of coaches.
I don't know. I feel like John's gonna make his way back in.
I think he will. I think obviously the things he said shouldn't have said that, but do I think he had ill intent when saying it? Do I think he's a full-blown racist? No. I
Yeah.
think that there's people of many races that he's coached that would talk highly of him.
Oh, I'm sure.
But,
Ask
obviously
Warren
it's a
Sapp.
bad look.
Ask Warren
what he
Sapp how he
said.
feels about John Gruden.
Yeah, loves the guy.
Guarantee he's gonna be like he's like a father to me.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
brought him a Super Bowl.
Ask Glenn on.
Against the Raiders.
Ask Glenn on.
Glennon.
Glennon!
Got a lot of neck, Glennon. That's my favorite Hard Knocks quote.
He's got a lot of quotes.
Him talking about that on PMT when he was on there the other day. Did you watch that episode? That's a good one.
Peterman
He's like, yeah, the NFL,
really threw us for
really threw us for a loop and gave us the pleasure of being on Hard Knocks that season. They had Antonio Brown and the fucking hot air balloon.
He was like,
burning
I don't
his
know
feet
nothing
off.
about ice chambers.
Yeah,
but
yeah. He's like, I'll tell you, that Antonio Brown. He's like, I thought we were going to go out there and win every game. I didn't think we were going to drop a pass all season. Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought the same thing going into that year. Going into that season, I was like, dude, there's no way the Raiders aren't Super Bowl contenders right now.
How could you not?
I was like, they just made the playoffs for the first time.
Derek Carr slinging it to AB.
And then Derek Carr's playing well,
Waller.
and now he's got AB.
Jacobs.
Yeah, like that offense was supposed to be loaded.
Ruggs.
Yeah. Rip.
Michael Mayer. Foster Moreau.
Foster Moreau was there at the time. I'm a big Foster Moreau fan. Shout out to him.
Dylan Carlson.
Yep. Dylan Carlson. Daniel Carlson.
Daniel Dillon. Dylan Carlson's definitely an outfielder for the
baseball
St. Louis
player,
Cardinals.
Eric Carlson, defenseman for the
Richie.
Pittsburgh Penguins. Incognito, he was there too. The characters
Literal
in that building.
gangster that guy is.
They had such a melting pot of people in that building.
Assholes.
Had some crazy
Raiders.
personalities. A lot of Raiders. That's what I was liking though. Like we had that.
Those guys were like,
We had Raiders.
They fit in the Raider mold.
We had a bunch of Raiders, and then
They raided.
Antonio Brown. All he had to do was raid. You
I don't like my helmet. My foot hurts.
Yeah, it's always something with that guy. Something with the receivers and the Raiders who just had bad luck.
I love how he was like, listen, he had other interests in his life, and those took over.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you have another fucking interest when you're in the
Seemed
NFL?
Seemed like it. He started rapping, and now we got CTESPN.
One of my favorite Twitter personalities out there.
It's a pretty great account now. In the beginning, I was like, can this guy just shut the fuck up? And then
I'm
he
like,
really
give me a-
turned it into like a full brand. I was like, okay, this is kind of funny. Like, he's roasting everybody. He's
And
like, no
anything.
one is safe.
No one.
Not a single soul. We gotta get Cracker of the Day. One of us. Someday. Antonio Brown, give us Cracker of the Day. Next tweet, Pro Am Pod. Give us some exposure.
Please and thank you.
Hop on the pod if you want. I won't slander your name any more than I already have.
He's done it a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd actually roast me if he found my old takes about him.
Alrighty.
All right, send us out of here. Thank you for listening to the Pro Am Podcast. I'm RJ Tummillo.
Sam Cohen.
Make sure you follow us on all platforms, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Subscribe on YouTube where you're watching now. Appreciate the
GoPuff.
support.
Uber Eats, DoorDash. We're going to start a GoFundMe.
You're just naming brands. Bunch of sponsors. that don't sponsor us.
GoDaddy.com. This episode is brought to you by GoDaddy.com.
No free shout-outs.
Promo code TAKE.
Yeah.
T-A-K-E. Promo code TAKE.
Alrighty.
Catch y'all next week.
Peace.